Ballparks National, their major expansion resumes after their federal grant was reinstated. You saw that?
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it during the last election cycle. This was a big thing. There was some mudslinging going on. Ballparks National, if you remember, was almost done with the first of a 3-field expansion because they had a $2.7 million federal grant provided through the Missouri Department of Economic Development. That grant was frozen, right? But now, after a year and a half of delays, that complex at the Lake of the Ozarks says their grant has been reinstated and construction has resumed. So this is a really great thing for Ballparks National and for the local community. So once it's completed, the 3 new fields will allow the complex to host more tournaments, draw older age groups. The current ball fields are suited for up to 12-year-olds. And so these older ball players, offenses at that distance would just be a home run derby, basically, right? So 2 of the 3 fields will have a unique multi-use design that will allow Ballparks National to expand it into hosting other sports as well, like lacrosse and soccer. So not only are they going to build these fields so that older players, and there's a lot more older players than younger players,
Sure.
I think, but you'll be able to do other sports. The grant freeze, when they did this, it essentially caused a 2-year delay for the completion of the project. It was originally slated to be done last year in 2024. Now it should be done next year. And the whole reason for this was politics, apparently. If you remember when Jeff Vernetti, he's the former manager of Ballparks National, when he ran for state representative last year in 2024, his opponent, the incumbent Lisa Thomas, began alleging financial mismanagement when it came to this grant and the funds. The Missouri DED terminated the grant, but the company asked for a reinstatement in the fall of last year. A lengthy third-party review of all the financials was done. BPN remained consistent in their stance that, nothing was done. It was, if there were any errors, it was all by mistakes. And it would seem with everything they've gone in and looked at and done that was the case. The errors that were made were just mistakes made along the way. And so they've reinstated those funds. So the growth will continue, and this will be a big move forward for Ballparks National and for more people coming to the lake.
Yeah, great deal for them, and we kind of thought that might be the case. And you remember the incumbent, Dr. Lisa Thomas, not only did she claim this mismanagement of funds, but she spent thousands of dollars smearing the name of Jeff Vernetti, making some incredibly bold claims about him personally, and this would 100% exonerate State Representative Vernetti from the claims that she made. I did reach out to Dr. Lisa Thomas and sent her the article and said, this would obviously exonerate State Rep Vernetti from the things you claimed about him. Do you have any follow-up, or would you be willing to apologize to him? And of course, she didn't reply to me there. But sometimes politics gets nasty and it gets personal. And so it's good to see here that sometimes in politics, the good guy wins. And here, Ballparks National is the one who wins. And Jeff Vernetti, that's a big deal for him because, man, she really went after him personally. And not just, his involvement at Ballparks National, but his businesses and many other ways. So this was a complete exoneration for him. And I would be interested to see if she had anything to say about that at that point, because there is rumor that, hey, she may be rerunning again for state rep. Of course, that was the 2023 election cycle for 2024. And there will be another election cycle later this year, I believe. Is it 2 years or every 2 years?
Every two, yep.
So, we're going to be getting close.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had Vernetti on this show a couple months ago, and he said he is running again, and says you just have to prepare for that. You're always preparing for the next election because it's every 2 years. But that is good news for Ballpark National. Good news for Vernetti, too, because it kind of clears, any of the bad air around that whole thing, and does not make Lisa Thomas look very good, I don't think.